Okay, so we are going to be using a blend mode to add some color here to this flower. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a new layer. I'm going to mouse over. You see when I hover over here, it opens it up. We're going to go empty. I've got this empty one on the bottom. I'm going to get rid of that one. Theoretically, I could have just moved it up to the top, yes, but yeah, whatever. So let's go ahead and, I've been recording too many tutorial videos in a row when I start to joke too much. We've got our empty blend mode. We're going to grab our magic wand. We have some different tools here that we can use in Pixlr that let us, this one is sample all layers we can turn on. Yeah, we'll go this way. There's also a cutout tool that lets you mask things off, but we are going to use our magic wand and hold down Shift. It's always kind of like debating on which is the best method to use, because sometimes it gets what you want, sometimes it doesn't get enough. And we'll keep selecting and keep selecting. I'm mostly concerned with getting these edges here, because that's the part that's a pain to come back and do by hand. The center, I can go back and just swipe over when I'm done. This is if you are a long-time Photoshop user, this is going to feel like going back a few generations in Photoshop. But hey, you know what? It's free. And it works on Chromebooks. So if you are a teacher or a student and you don't have access to a Mac or a PC where you can use Photoshop and those tools, this works in the browser on a Chromebook. It works on an iPad. It works on lots of things. Yes, I know there's a lot of other apps out there too. But this one lets us do it non-destructively. I know you can go apply an Instagram filter and change colors on things, but you tend to lose the original image sometimes that way. We like non-destructive editing. So let me get a few more here. It's all different ways to accomplish the same task in the end. Filling in. That's good enough for this. Now, I'm on my top layer. I'm going to grab my paintbrush, and we are going to make this a bit larger. And we're going to swipe over here. Everything, let me make this larger, otherwise we're going to be here all day. Whoosh. No, you do not have to actually make the whooshing sound. It's just more fun. Let me go ahead now that I'm coming up to the edge and make it smaller. We go on over. You see I'm being careful about how I'm coloring over here so that I don't get too much on there. And yes, it's got some spots that are missed. We're going to fix those. Let's go ahead and drop this with Control D. Grab our brush again, make sure we've got our color. There's still something. I ran into this bug earlier with Pixlr. We've got our brush. We should be painting over this, and yet it's not. Let me wand and select, and then see. I wonder if I can invert that. Oh, look at that. I hit Control I, by the way, and inverted that. It didn't want to let me paint where it wasn't selected, and that was really annoying. Let's see if it'll let me now. Nope, it wants me to have a selection. That is truly annoying. So we're going to select, and we'll use our paintbrush. Just keep selecting sections. Yeah, see, I've selected the whole outside now. I'm going to hit Control I again and invert it. Sometimes you have to work around bugs in the software and fill in all these gaps. Yes, the music, humming, and noise making is a requirement. No, it's not really. Alright, there we go. It's not perfect. If this were the real world, I would go in and... Oh, I don't want to move it. Control Z. Let's go ahead and drop that. Selection. Yeah, see, I'm doing Control D, and it's still not wanting to let me just paint once it's deselected. Oh, now it does. Interesting. We're going to chalk that up to a bug. Make this very small. All right. So it's not perfect. That's okay. If we wanted to, we could filter and we're not going to do that right now. Sorry, I got distracted. Let's go ahead and change the blend mode. We could blur the edges, but I'm not going to right now. So we click on these three dots right here on our layer 3 and change this to hue. And you'll see I need to clean up the edges some because they're kind of glowy here. They're vibrating way bad. But you are also not limited to what you have. If I want to change the center to maybe a nice blue, and I can do that, you're going to see where I go around where it turns completely black. It's not painting because this is additive color and all the values are turned off. Where it is white, all the values are turned on. Those places, it won't change the color at all. It leaves pure black. And it looks funny here because when I let go of the mouse, it applies the blend mode. And I would go in and fix the details here if I were doing this as a final product, but this is a demo. Quick to show you how to do it. Fine detail work. There we go. Our little flower there. All we did was create a new layer, paint on it, and change that blend mode. And this is in Pixlr E. There's 2 versions of Pixlr, so it's Pixlr E. So don't forget to save your work, and I'll see you next time.